So yeah, I like my Swarovski binoculars. It's my deer stalking aid, but I've got something a bit different now. It's new to the market into the UK, and it's just been released by Swarovski, and it's the NL Pure.
They're cleaner.
They are much, much cleaner, and so they ought to be. And so this is the NL Pure, and they're available in 8, 10 or 12 power by 42s. I've been using these probably about a month, and I've been deer stalking, wildlifing, looking at deer, and I've been looking at birds as well. So I've been doing for a wide range of disciplines. So what makes it so different? Look at them, they're nice and narrow. It's got a one-piece bridge, whereas the ELs have got a twin bridge on them, so a more traditional type of bridge. I find it very easy just to adjust the focus. Okay, they just need to be in the perfect place, I suppose, in some ways. But I suppose what really counts as a deer stalker, as a birder, and a general wildlife is the quality of the glass. That's what we buy the top-end binocular for. One thing they really boast about is the field of view. Now, some people say they actually are 20% wider than most of their competitors. Well, that's a huge thing, but the 12 power have the same field of view as the 10 power ELs. The 10 power have the same field of view as the 8.5 power ELs. So it's quite impressive, actually. So I don't know how they've done it, but when you do look through them, yes, the field of view is a lot wider, absolutely brilliant, but normally if you have a very wide field of view, there is a sacrifice perhaps. There's a sacrifice in the I suppose it's the field flatness of the image. I suppose there's a technical name for that, but things can feel a bit flat. I just find the image it's not quite 3D, but it feels like 3D. So they've done something to this. Obviously the lens coating, the Swarovski lens coating they use in these binoculars is exceptional. But the depth I find is quite exceptional. Now these ranges are 8 power because they're kind of more stable. They give me more light coming into my eyes, so that's my choice as one gets a bit older. But these 12 powers are just as bright as my 8 powers. These are 91% light gathering. These are 90%, so it doesn't mean an awful lot to me, but they're the same. The other thing I find is there's not a massive difference between the 12 and my 8 power in stability. So obviously something to do with the prisms, the glass and everything else, but there's something they've done, I don't know what it is, but they've done something, and guys, you've nailed it. So I was quite surprised, because I do not like high powered binoculars, because I just hate things shaking. Another interesting thing, which when I first thought, oh gosh, Ross, you've done it now, gimmick, you know, it's ridiculous, is this thing. And this is a 4-head rest. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. What is that all about? Anyway, bear with me. So this 4-head rest clips into the back of the binoculars. There you go. And it's adjustable. Okay. And the idea of that is that actually when you hold it up to your eyes, I can adjust that 4-head rest. But what it actually gives you is actually 3 points of contact. So I've got both lenses, or the eye caps, and also the 4-head rest. So here we go. I've adjusted it so it's tight against my forehead, but actually it helps to the stability of the binoculars. So I talked about one-handed. I've got my shooting sticks here, or my rifle here. I just find actually it does enhance that stability. So it may be a gimmick. I mean, it's £105, I think it is. But actually, if I got a 12 power binoculars, I think it's probably worth the investment, because it does definitely keep everything aligned and simple. Overall, I'm very impressed, and so ought to be. They are about £2,400. Like, wow. I think if you're a birder, I think you'll be very impressed with these. I would really recommend maybe looking at the 12 powers, because do not think that 10 power is too much. 12 is just spot on. And I use 12, I've been using this looking at deer into woods, and I'm going, wow, that's good. So, you know, it's opened my eyes a wee bit. I'm going, oh, perhaps maybe a 10 power of these. So therefore, I think for wildlife or birding, absolutely superb, and so they ought to be. Deer stalking wise, wonderful. My only criticism, I suppose, is it would be great to be able to add a rangefinder onto those. But other than that, I think that if you were to perhaps have a look at one of these and try one out in the field, you will be so impressed. Most people looked at the EL range from Swarovski as being the benchmark over the years. Last 5 years, they've been the ones to go for in some ways. I know the other brands are catching up and maybe some have caught up, but people thought, yeah, they're the ones. But the NL Pure is taking it one stage further. So this is the new kid on the block. So all I can say is, well done, Swarovski.